Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
79-year-old man chops and kills 72-year-old wife in Bagwalk. A 79-year-old man chopped and killed his 72-year-old wife during a dispute in Bagwalk, St. Catherine on Saturday morning. The deceased has been identified as Yvette McDonald, a 72-year-old retired nurse of Hazard Lane in Bagwalk. It is understood that the incident occurred about 2 a.m. at the couple's home. Head of the St. Catherine North Police Superintendent Howard Chambers confirmed the incident when contacted by reporters but could not immediately provide further details. Man killed, firearm seized as police gunmen clash in Clarendon. One man was killed while another was shot and injured, and an illegal firearm seized in an alleged shootout between police and gunmen in Denby, Clarendon Saturday morning. The dead man has been identified as Orlando Davis, otherwise called OG, a resident of Comfort District in the parish. The other man has been admitted to hospital. Reports are that around 11:45 a.m., police acting on information went to a post office road in Denby, where they saw two men at a shop. The men were accosted and they reportedly opened fire on the lawmen, resulting in a gun battle. Police said when the shooting subsided, both men were found suffering from gunshot wounds and were taken to hospital, where Davis succumbed to injuries and the other man was admitted in stable condition. An illegal firearm with the serial number obscured and 19mm round was seized following the incident. Davis, police reported, was originally from Comfort District in Clarendon, but had been staying at a cemetery road with relatives for some time now. He is said to be closely associated with a criminal network in the parish. Reports indicated that the injured man is no stranger to the police and has been the target of several intelligence-led operations. The police said he's been probed in relation to several criminal activities including robberies, car stealing, and lottery scamming. 2 dead, 9 wounded in shootings across the St. Catherine South Police Division. 2 people were shot and killed, while 9 others are suffering from gunshot wounds during separate incidents across the St. Catherine South Police Division on Friday, as the area experiences an upsurge in violence. It was pretty active across the division, and the scene of crime investigators were racing from crime scene to crime scene. It was one of those nights, Christopher Phillips, commanding officer of the St. Catherine South Police Division, told reporters. The 2 individuals killed were gunned down in the communities of Gregory Park and 3 East in Greater Portmore. One of the murders involved a 32-year-old shopkeeper, O'Shane Morrison, of a Watson Grove address. Morrison was at his stall when he was pounced upon by unknown assailants at about 8 p.m. The gunmen reportedly pulled up in a car. One man alighted and shot Morrison. The other murder involved 36-year-old Lloyd Eglinton, a driver of 3 East in Greater Portmore, who was standing on the roadway about 10 p.m. when he was shot and killed by unknown assailants. Curfew imposed in parts of Manchester. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in several communities in Manchester in response to a recent spate of violent crimes. The security measure has been imposed in All England, Mayday, Richmond, Georges Valley, and Newhall. The curfew, which started at 6 p.m. on Friday evening, will continue until today at 6 p.m. The police say based on the recent upsurge of violent crimes in the communities, the division's intelligence and investigative arms have been conducting investigations and surveillance in the targeted communities. It says information has so far revealed that a flare-up of violent crimes is due to disputes between rival gangsters. $1 million theft from MoneyGram office, Santa Cruz. Thieves broke into a MoneyGram office in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth Saturday morning and made off with $1 million. The proprietor reported detected strange sounds via closed-circuit television cameras about 2:45 and called the police. A patrol team went to the location on Court Drive, where 2 holes were seen in a wall leading to the MoneyGram office. A check was conducted, and it was discovered that the money had been stolen. St. Anne and Manchester see an increase in murders. The Manchester police are reporting a 21% increase in murders up to April 12. Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of operations, Colin Johnson, made the disclosure while addressing the multi-meeting of the Manchester Municipal Corporation on April 13. He noted, however, that there have been significant reductions in other serious crimes. He said reductions have been recorded in shootings, rape, aggravated assault, robbery, break-ins, and larceny. DSP Johnson said, however, that murders have increased in Manchester, with 17 being recorded so far this year, including 5 killings in recent days. He noted that the police will be increasing its personnel assigned to the Quick Response Unit and are discussing other intervention methods to tackle crime.
One of the major challenges facing the division is dispute-related crimes. This has also contributed to our crime statistics in the form of shooting, murders, and serious woundings. We are taking a proactive approach to some of these activities, hence we are seeing some reduction. The division has recorded 105 serious crimes in comparison to 149 for the same period 2022. So we are seeing a reduction of 44 or 30%. 14 of the reports for the period have been cleared, with an additional 19 cleared for the previous years, indicating an overall clear up of 33 or 31%. When we look at the crimes that we have seen reduction in, shooting for the year we have seen 8 in comparison to 17 for 2022, rape 4 in comparison to 6 for 2022, aggravated assault 3 in comparison to 8 for 2022, robbery 25 in comparison to 41 for 2022, break-ins 46 in comparison to 56, and larceny 2 in comparison to 7 for 2022. 17 murders have been reported in division when compared to 14 for the same period in 2022. This represents an increase of 3 or 21%. 4 or 24 of murders reported for the period has been cleared, with an additional 4 for the previous year. This indicates an overall clear-up of 8 or 47%. And within the last, say, 10 days, we have recorded 5 murders. That's 1 in Spalding, 2 in Christiana, 1 in Greenvale, and 1 up in Top Albion. The issues that we are seeing in terms of the murders that we have been recorded so far, 6 of these murders are gang-related, 8 are interpersonal conflicts, and there are 3 in terms of domestic violence.
Meantime, murders are also up in St. Anne. That's according to Officer in charge of Criminal Investigation for St. Anne, Deputy Superintendent Linton Bailey. He was presenting the monthly report of the police at the General Mercy meeting at the St. Anne Municipal Corporation. Deputy Superintendent Bailey said several murders in the parish are related to dispute over land possession. He said the police will be ramping up intervention measures to help resolve these legal matters.
So far, since January, we have a total of 22 murders in comparison to 14 last year. We have made significant progress in our arrest rate in these murders. We have so far made 11 arrests in these murders. Breaking is down by 23%. Robbery, 19%. Overall, major crimes are down by 31% since the commencement of this year. Relative to the murders, these murders are committed right across the parish. The hotspot area where we would have the most potential of violence, those are not the areas at this time giving us the issues. They are well policed. Some of these murders, a lot of them are from land disputes, and these land disputes is not necessarily over paperwork, but is over possession. So we intend to analyze and have the proper intervention in these matters.
Lights, a firearm, almost stolen from JP's house in Clarendon. A lights, a firearm, and more than 50 rounds of ammunition were stolen from the home of a Justice of the Peace in Clarendon while he was off the island recently. Reports reaching reporters are that a safe with the JP's licensed Glock firearm, 55 9mm cartridges, and motor vehicle documents was stolen from the bedroom of the house. It is understood that the theft was discovered last week while the caretaker was making checks at the JP's home. It was reported that the JP left the island and informed the caretaker to give the keys to a family member who was visiting from overseas. The visitor gave the keys to another family member to return them to the caretaker. Police said a few days after he was given the key, the caretaker went to the property where the theft was discovered. A report was subsequently made to the authorities. Detectives probing the theft said initial investigation have revealed that there was no sign of forced entry into the house. No arrest has yet been made in connection with the incident. Police making progress into attacks targeting security industry, says Holness. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the police are making progress in their investigations following recent attacks on armored cash delivery services. Those brazen crimes have not gone unsolved, and the police have dramatically improved their investigative and intelligence gathering capabilities. Those criminals who feel that they are going to benefit from this robbery, that is not going to be the case. It will become your worst nightmare, Prime Minister Andrew Holness stated. According to a release on Saturday, Holness was delivering the keynote address at the handover of two-bedroom house to Annette Peart in Devon, Manchester on Friday. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister also expressed concern at the increase in criminal activities taking place in sections of Manchester. The police have been working overtime here to try and bring this problem under control. I have been assured that resources have been mobilized to treat with the problem, Holness noted.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification